What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Poindexter Lounge. Tonight, we got a hot one. That's right, Zack Snyder drops a tweet from the Dark Lord himself, Darkseid. Oh my goodness. Stirred up a lot of things today. A lot of people. A lot of speculation. Oh my gosh, is this it? What is going on? What's going on? Full circle. What does that mean? Tiff, you're here with me. What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. We're losing our minds, but guess what? What we do is we like to get the truth, and we like to get to the bottom of what's actually going on, and we like to bring you the source. We don't just like to report the news. No, we like to bring you the source. So tonight, we've got royalty in the Poindexter Lounge. That's right. Not just any nerds. Right, Tiff?
What kind of nerds are you talking about?
Well, not just any kind of nerds, because we can't just have any kind of nerds on a night like tonight.
Mine is Yes Queen.
That's right. That's right. Tonight, we have the Nerd Queens, Nana and Cole themselves. We got a lot to talk about, so why don't we go ahead and jump right in here in the Poindexter Lounge.
Give me a bottle of anything and a glazed donut. To go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name, of course, is Enosh, along with the lovely...
Tiff-tastic.
Oh, it's been a while, Tiff, since you've been on a live show. How are you doing tonight?
I feel right. I'm doing better.
Everybody I know would want to know how you're doing. For those of you who don't know, Tiffany had surgery a few weeks ago, and so you just want to give them a little quick update? Just 10 seconds, whatever.
I had major surgery, out of work for 2 weeks. Drove me nuts to be out of work for 2 weeks. And I'm back. They've missed me. I missed them. And just trying to get back into the grind, and still have some stipulations that I have to follow, but I'm getting back on the mend.
Heck yeah. So it is great to have Tiffany with us in the lounge tonight. She's my queen. Ladies and gentlemen, but hey, if this is your first time to the lounge, just know that the Poindexter Lounge is...
a place for nerds.
That's right. It's a place where you and me and all of us can get together and talk about the things that we love. Things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys, and so much more. And if those things get you excited, then hey, you found the right place. So please hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell and join this growing group of nerds. There's a lot of you here tonight. I appreciate all of you who are here. I see a ton of you in the chat already. Man, good to see you guys. So many names. We're not going to be able to get to all those names and stuff, but hey, I see you all, and I will be perusing the chat as we go along. So if you have questions, we will do our best to answer questions tonight. But obviously, we're not going to be able to get to all the stuff because some of this is that there's more information to come. There's lots more information to come, and so we're going to get to that. But hey, before we jump into that, first of all, we just want to say thank you to all of the supporters of the channel. Thank you guys so much, everyone who supports by Patreon or by membership. We appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are awesome, and you guys keep the channel going, and we're very, very thankful for each and every one of you. So it's really, really simple. The Patreon starts at $1. The membership starts at $2, and we got a lot of cool new things. I actually cleaned the room, Tiff.
Because you had another YouTuber that came here, and then you ended up not even streaming.
I know.
We're so busy.
Dawson was here this last weekend, and I didn't even end up streaming. And also, thank you to everyone who gives super chats. You guys are fantastic as well, and you guys who just support the channel in various ways. And then, of course, we got the store, so you guys can all do that. But yeah, I actually cleaned it. You can see things are in different places now. So now there's going to be a lot more content. I'm gonna get back to streaming, doing toy reviews. And
you have enough toys to review.
got enough toys to review. I got like a whole store out that back door right now. And I started with Dawson. I sold Dawson a bunch of toys when he was here this weekend. And I replaced him with a bunch more. And then today I replaced him with a bunch more because all the Flash toys came out, the McFarlane toys and stuff like that. But I got that freaking Batmobile. You better believe I did. I did not buy the Batwing because the Batwing was $250. And even I am like, I don't understand why the Batwing is $250. If the Batmobile, first of all, I've always wanted a Keaton Batmobile like that size, which is freaking amazing. But I don't understand why that Batmobile is only $60 and the Batwing.
Haven't opened the thing from the Mandalorian that you wanted so badly, and that's still in a box too. So that should be a good video.
That's gonna be a great video. Yes, that's a couple years in the making. And I got to open up the one from Max because Max bought me the Hot Toys, the Black Suit Superman and Nightmare Batman from Hot Toys. And so I didn't get that Batwing, but I've got the original Batwing. So that's it for me right there. But I want to thank all of you who support the channel. Guess what our giveaway is, Tiff?
Our giveaway this month is a ginormous He-Man pop.
That's right. It's the 10-inch He-Man. I'm not giving away the 10-inch Superman.
All I can think of is what's that song from classic rock about your big 10-inch?
Yep, that's the 12-inch record.
10-inch.
Is it 10-inch record? I thought it was. I think it's 12-inch record, isn't it? That's some Aerosmith right there. I don't know, but we got a 10-inch He-Man. So if you would like to be, if you'd like to be in the running for this bad boy, all you gotta do is be a patron, a member, or give a super chat of any size, and you're automatically in the running for this. All right, so that is. Whoops, that is that right now. Also, we want to say, what are people messaging? Oh, you're looking at the chat.
Says I want the ladies.
Tiffany's monitoring the chat, but we do want to thank our sponsors, of course, Bully Sticks Direct, bullysticksdirect.com. What's going on? They're coming. Bullysticksdirect.com, all natural Bully Sticks dog treats and chews. Our dogs love them. Tiff, you can attest to that.
Yeah, it's we can't get them out of the bags fast enough to the dogs before they're jumping and taking them and run.
That's right. So all natural, preservative free, no added hormones or antibiotics. There's all kinds of different things to pick and choose from. There's something that your dog will love if your dog is big, small, medium size, whatever. It alleviates boredom, lessens anxiety. It's safe, they're healthy, they're great for fun, and they're delicious. Don't take my word for it. But you can take our dog's word for it. Also, if you go to bullysticksdirect.com, the great thing is there's free shipping on all orders. You can auto ship and actually save if you auto ship. You can use code Poindexter to save 10% off of your order, which is great. And also, one of the things that I love that I always like to point out here, a couple of things. One is, look at it, right down here, there's a telephone number. So if you have a concern, if you have a question, if whatever, you can call them. You can actually call them. And then also you can email them, obviously. You can follow them right here on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. I run the TikTok and the YouTube. We do all kinds of great videos with our dogs, and it's a lot of fun. But then also, check this out. There's a blog. And the blog is really awesome, Tiff, because the blog is a way that you can learn things about like how to take care of your pets and just different things, you know, like right here, harmful dog food ingredients to avoid, loving your dog, 7 ways to boost connection, trust, and bonding with your dog. If you have a dog, if you love animals, bullysticksdirect.com is definitely the place to be. And so we definitely suggest that you go and check them out. All right. Okay, Saggy, we get it. We get it. Oh, whatever, Saggy. I'm on the screen, so it's a turn on any day I'm on the screen. You know that. All right. Anyway, so that is what is going on. Saggy's just going to keep on until we bring on the ladies. All right. So
She just said that Enosh talking about dogs is making me flaccid.
well, you know what? That's a problem that sounds like is your problem.
Saggy says, turn me on, Enosh. Bring me the ladies.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, what you've all been waiting for, the reason why you're here. Let's give a warm welcome. It's been a while since the ladies have been here. Definitely nerd royalty. Definitely in the Snyder Cut movement. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome with me and Tiff to the lounge, back to the lounge, our good friends, people that I love and support, and we love and support, and we'll always be in their corner. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, Nana and Cole, the Nerd Queens.
Hi.
Welcome, ladies.
Hello.
Welcome. Apparently, people can't wait like 5 minutes for me to like actually bring you guys in. Like, you know, or, I'm sorry, it's just saggy.
It's dangerous when you start talking about toys. We're like, oh, we're gonna be here a while.
That's true. Where's Dave Bautista when I need him?
That's fair. That's
Saggy
fair.
got a lady
I
boner.
mean, Dave is definitely much better company.
Oh my gosh, no, it's so funny. I still think that's one of the funniest things I think have ever happened to me while I was on a stream, is during Justice Con, and I'm sitting there, you know, talking to Dave Bautista, and we started talking about hey, in my defense, he saw my toys. I can't help it. I can't help it that he saw the toys. But we started talking about that, and of course, we needed to get around to talking about Army of Dead.
The background chat for that was very interesting.
Yeah,
Tiff,
and so
get him back on track.
right, and so we need to talk about Army of the Dead, but man, Dave is like talking about Star Wars toys, and he's talking about his Ewok village, and I'm like, okay, and I'm bringing it there. I'm trying to find that, you know, like that window, so I don't, you know, because the last thing in the world I want to do is like, you know, cut off Dave Bautista and just be like, no, hard stop, no, we're gonna go on and talk about something else, and all of a sudden, what was it, you, Cole? It was in the background saying
Yeah,
it?
I was
Like,
in the chat. Enosh, reel it in.
The thing was, like, we were super into the convo. We like really wanted to know where we're
Right.
heading, but at the same time, there was a Netflix rep in the background, which people may not know, but there was a Netflix rep in the background for all these interviews, and we were like, okay, we need to reel this in, because
Yeah.
if we don't reel it in, it may just not give us the best rep for the next time that we
right,
make.
yeah.
So it was like, okay, we have to cut this short. So we had to, and
So
we had
know we're
Dave
in the
originally
we
for
know
half
we're
an
in
hour.
the danger zone when you mention toys.
That was okay though, because it was worth it when Enosh fell asleep after that, because he was
Oh, yeah.
screaming all day, and then all of a sudden Dave Bautista tweeted him and goes, "Here's my village," and I'm like, "You need to wake up right now."
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
that was
like-
great. I remember how we were chasing it, we were chasing you because we couldn't chase Enosh.
Exactly.
It was like, Dave tweeted at you guys.
Right.
Well,
well, hello,
I didn't go
ladies.
dark, Saggy. That's a wig, actually. My hair is approximately the color of what Cole's wig looks like.
Yeah, you guys
And,
kind of like are like
I-
opposite right now, right? Like,
Yeah.
And I have no hair, so
That was a conversation going on before this stream. It was like, what are we doing? Are we doing makeup? And so I said, yeah. And I was like, I feel like doing a wig. So Cole was like, okay, we're doing a wig.
well, there you go. Well, hey, ladies, it is great to have you guys with us tonight. Hey, it's good to see. It's just good to see your faces again.
Yeah,
it's
it's
been
been
too
forever.
long.
Ooh.
well,
It's been so
I was
long.
last here in the lounge, like maybe like 3 or 4 months ago. I popped in with you for a minute. You sent us a link, and I was like, you know what? Why not? But now on and over.
Nana went on a sabbatical.
Yeah.
I had a surgery as well a year ago. So I know the boat you're in, Tiff, and I just kind of didn't feel like it was a bit of a longer road to recovery for me.
Yeah, it's the thing that when your brain wants to do stuff that your body won't allow you to, and it frustrates you, and you have to depend on other people, which is good but bad when you're used to doing everything. It's
Exactly.
just a vicious
Mhm.
circle of suck. So,
Yeah.
but
And it was bad for like the surgery. Obviously, my physical health was not the best, but
Mhm.
it was what followed was mainly the mental stuff that I
Yeah.
needed to deal with. So yeah.
Well, you're getting a lot of love, Tiff, in the chat. So
thank you, Sri. Thank you, Steve. Everyone.
yeah, everybody.
Thank you all. I appreciate it.
So a lot happened today. You
You
know,
could say that.
A lot happened today. The little Zack Snyder drop, as it were. You know,
Exactivation. I'm saying that because Saggy said in the chat she hates that word, so I'm saying it.
You asked for him, Saggy.
Would
You
that be
asked for
that
him.
short little video where Cole and Ray Porter cooperated a little bit and created this little small thing?
Yeah, so I mean, why don't we just go ahead and let me bring this up here real quick for anybody who, I don't know, maybe you were like somewhere else on the planet or something today, and you didn't see it. Zack dropped this little video today from his Twitter, and let me go ahead and
Save the.
Oh.
April 28th, 29th, and 30th. Save the date.
So there you go. So that's all we got, and we don't know. Nobody knew what this was. Everybody, well, some people didn't know what this was, I should say. There were people who knew what this was, but there were a lot of people who didn't know what this was, and people who were in the know and people who are not in the know. We had talked about it, about having you guys come on and talk a little bit about what this is. Now we are going to be up front. We're not able to spill all the tea on what's going on because there's still a lot still being decided and talked about and what's going on. And our good friend Dave already talked a little bit about some stuff that's happening. But I want to give you guys a chance to tell us in your own way. So in this universe of Zack Snyder and guesses and insinuations and people saying that they know what it is, I literally am part of groups that were like, this is it, guys. Zack he's verified it. He's coming back. He's doing Justice League 2 and 3 on Netflix. This is it. We won. And like all these people are in the same chat going, yeah, we won. And I'm like, well, just tune in. Why don't you tune in? Here's the link. Why don't you just tune in and we'll talk about that.
I mean, you did have a little bit of a warning,
I know.
I mean, whenever Zack does something he's happy with.
Wait, hold on. Are you admitting that I might have known something that I?
Well, you may have known that something's gonna happen, but not what.
I just like to point out that the Nerd Queens themselves said that. Thank you very much. If you know, you know. Just saying. And apparently, I knew. Okay.
Actually, at first we just sent you a shouting text message, and we were like, "Hey, we have to come on," and you were like, "Okay, no questions asked."
Yeah,
we could have.
I just wanted to see. I mean, even if we weren't talking about
bullshit, but no, you were just like, "Okay, I trust you not to ruin my show and get me reported to YouTube."
Right. Look, if I just get to see you, that's a good day. So I mean, if we're talking about something Zack Snyder related or whatever, man, that's all just a win-win. That's just all icing on the cake. It's just nice to see your faces. So
that's absolutely fair.
Yeah.
Now I know that a lot of people are like sort of thirsting for more info about this thing. We can't disclose much, but we have a really a really qualified person to disclose quite a lot this Sunday on our stream.
Really?
So basically Nerd Queens are coming back with a bang. We're gonna have Zack on stream on Sunday, and he's gonna tell us some stuff about this little
unfortunately the reason why he's not revealing it right now is because there's so many details to iron out. So it just hang in there. On Sunday, you'll have everything right from the horse's mouth. And he told us he wanted to come on with us and tell everyone. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, heck yeah. So we got a lot of stuff to look forward to. But why don't you go ahead and tell us what you can tell us? What is this all about? What are we saving the date for?
Okay, so pretty much. It's pretty much out there at this point, especially because it was mentioned earlier by Dave and stuff. So it is going to be an event. It is going to be an event for 3 days. Some people call it SnyderCon too. Now, a lot of people say, obviously, it's too last minute. We don't have funds or time to book it off to fly down to LA and whatnot. So what I think is should be clarified as soon as possible. If you guys cannot do it, welcome to the club. We can't do it either.
Yeah, we're not going to be there in person.
We can do it online. So there is going to be an online aspect to this event, and everybody will be able to participate.
That's awesome.
So we're working on this. There's a lot of things that need to be ironed out, a lot of things that need to be worked out. We need to figure out logistics around many things, but the goal is that it's not just going to be physical event. It's going to be an event that's going to be an online as well. We just basically want everybody to be part of it. So,
and just so everyone's a little bit comforted by the fact, last time this sort of event happened, people weren't as satisfied with the online aspect. They didn't feel like those of us at home were as a part of it. But this time, thanks to our experience with everything we've done since then, and working with Vero and Zack, this will be much more integrated. So as everything will be just as fun in person as it is online.
That is very kind of her, but in our case, that would have to have been more than a tickets to get us there.
Yeah.
Flights and everything. Unfortunately, but that's okay. We're fine. We'll make everything work from the screen so that everybody can enjoy it. That's kind of our goal. That's sort of our mission for this event. So we want everybody to have the best time possible. We think that it's going to be great. Obviously, we do have to admit that we do know a little bit more than we are disclosing. So we know it's going to be awesome. And you guys are really going to enjoy this. But it's just there's a lot of details that are not ironed out yet.
And so if you're going to be attending virtually and you're possibly maybe working those days, if you can get the day off, that might be something you might want to look into. That's the point of the save the date. Like with the wedding, we're giving you a heads up so that way you can get some time off or maybe a few hours off or something, so you can attend virtually or in person.
So you're not like sneaking off with your phone, like in a little cubby hole somewhere and like watching stuff, like I've done for many years. Different.
No,
I know people have done it for JusticeCon.
I've did that for the November 17th event. I literally was doing the tweet-a-thon from a seat in Radio City Music Hall, watching the Christmas Spectacular that day.
Oh, wow.
So I feel you. And I had to sneak away to watch the stuff that Zack dropped. So I feel you.
I've done that so many times though over the years, man. It's like with Star Wars Celebration, for example. Like when trailers would drop and everything. I remember I was at work when the trailer for Episode 9 dropped, and I'm sitting there and I was running all over the church that I was working at trying to find a Wi-Fi connection because our Wi-Fi was just, of course, it just happened to be that day. It was acting all squirrely in different places of the building, and everywhere I would go, there would be somebody there, and I didn't want to disturb anybody and everything, so I'm like running around with my laptop and finally ended up like right in the middle of our office because everybody just kind of walked out, and I was freaking out when I heard the Emperor, laughing and cackling and everything. I was like. Yeah.
I was at work too, but I had a private office at the time, and I remember screaming and then accidentally knocking my chair over. So from across, I was in a trailer, so my coworker, who was also a Star Wars fan, looked out the window at that moment, so he happened to just look out and just see me go, ah! Boom! And he texted me. He was like, "You good?" I was like, "What?" And I just linked him to YouTube. I was like, "Watch this."
I had my fair share of these things with anything Snyderverse related, because most of the stuff would happen in the middle of the night for me. So either I was asleep and I woke up to an absolute mayhem in the morning, or it would happen just as I was going to sleep, and then I wouldn't sleep all night, and then I would just go to work completely dead. So, I had my fair share with this, but what wouldn't we do for Snyderverse?
Right. I mean, now, I guess, like if we can't reveal everything that's going to be happening there, let's talk about maybe kind of like what happened at like the first event, like what people experienced at that first event, maybe a little bit, and maybe not everything is going to happen again just the way that it happened, but it kind of gives you a little bit of excitement as to what you may experience if you go to this event.
Well,
Yeah,
very
that's true.
similar to the last event. Zack's giving the same amount of time. Heads up. Unfortunately, he's
It's a
really a
little bit
big
more.
fan.
It's a few weeks
It's a little.
more.
It's like maybe a week or two more. He's a big fan of striking while the iron is hot, I guess. So
I think last time it was
that's
like 3 weeks. Now it's like
Yeah, it was
about a
like
month and a
3
half,
weeks.
yeah.
Yeah.
and last time they worked with Vero. They're working with Vero this time. I don't know.
I mean, look, I don't know if anyone in this chat has been to the last SnyderCon. It was 3 movie screenings over 3 days. That is pretty much the format you can expect this time around. I think it's very easy to guess what movies they're gonna be. But
Obviously, it's going to be Guardians of Gahul.
Yes, I would gather that. I mean,
yeah. Extended cut.
the extended cut, yes,
Zack's
the
lesser
Snyder
known
cut,
Owl movie.
the Snyder cut of the Owl movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So so as far as like that is pretty much what people can expect. There is things that are going to be slightly different. There's things that are not yet clear. I'm jealous. That's all I can say. I'm jealous.
Yeah, we couldn't. We vowed after the first one that we would make it to the next if he ever did it again. And once again, we can't. We're broke. We're poor.
But that's okay. We're gonna make up for it. It's okay. But so that's pretty much similar to what people had seen last time. Sort of the concept of it is similar.
Okay.
What we're looking to do this time around is just sort of make it a bit more connected for the world so that people who are online can feel a bit more connected with it. And there is lots of cool stuff coming around that I think that everybody will really appreciate. But yeah, essentially the main thing about this is it is a chance for fandom to get together and sort of celebrate all that stuff that was done, over the years. And by that, we don't mean just the movies. We mean specifically AFSP.
Yeah.
There is some milestones that we've reached and all of that. And, it's been one, let's just say, full circle. So
Yeah. So you mean that didn't mean full circle, like, hey, I'm going back to exactly what I did before. It's just full circle in the fact that it's bringing everybody together. It's what brought everybody together. It's what was important. I've been saying this for a while. Look, I would love the Snyderverse to continue just as much as anybody. I mean, even when I did the song associate producer and I was, running all over the place, filming that thing and everything, I even put a line in there about, restoring the Snyderverse when that was like really at a young stage, and we were just hearing that, thing. We were just kind of coining that phrase. And, like I'm as much as anybody else. I would love to see it. I would be excited. One of my biggest concerns, though, over these last few months when it comes to the idea of restoring the Snyderverse is that during the Snyder Cut movement, there was a clear goal, and a couple of clear goals. There was the clear goal of obviously restoring Zack's vision for that film, right, and allowing Zack to finish that. Allowing Zack the opportunity to right a wrong that was done to him via that movie. But then also, on top of that, obviously there was the tragedy, and out of that came just a love that I think is awesome. Tiffany and I, we just attended this last Sunday. We attended an event here in Detroit.
Hosted by Abdul.
Hosted by Abdul. Shout out to Abdul. We love that guy. I'll tell you what, that's another guy that, man, I just love, and I love his heart, and And I don't care who says what, and and who doesn't like who in the Snyderverse. I know that Dave was kind of talking about it a little bit, earlier. It was like, I don't care who likes who and who doesn't like who, whatever. There's just some people, man, I'll go to fight for any day. And Abdul's just been such a great person to us, and so we went down, and they had a Watchmen Ultimate Edition watch party with all the funds going to AFSP. And you can tell, because the people who were part of that original push, that's the focus. That's still the focus, is how can we raise money for AFSP? How can we support that? How can we support Zack? Not just like, hey, how can I do something really cool for my YouTube channel, or how can I make a name for myself, or whatever. And I just feel it's something that's been missing over the last little while. Like, you don't hear a lot of these people. I'm in tons of groups, man. I'm in that I've been a part of, right, for all this time. And no, we're not talking about Sil Abdul. We're talking about somebody else. His first name is
Abdul. His username on Twitter is here for
I have
Zack.
no idea.
Here for Zack.
Here for
That's
Zack.
That's the Abdul.
Yeah, completely different person.
That's our homie.
Yeah,
Abdul from TPC.
There you go. And so one of the things that I have seen that has just been missing from this is, I go in these groups and everybody's talking about, oh, we want what we want. We want more movies. We want this. We were robbed of being able to see this. We're not getting what we want. They're not listening to us and giving us what we want. And look, you can have that argument. You can have that conversation of, obviously we want more Snyderverse. We'd love to see Zack be able to finish his complete vision for those films and for all of that. But don't lose sight of why everybody came together in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's my only thing is I think just people need to get really refocused and reacquainted with the why, not so caught up in just the fight. Sometimes we get caught up in the fight of something, and it takes over where we don't even know what we're fighting for anymore.
I 100% agree. I think that, like, what was really, really nice and essentially how Cole dragged me into the whole Snyderverse fight was basically the aspect of the community and the charity work, and that it wasn't just about a movie, it was about something else entirely. It was about this big sort of thing that sort of encompassed everything that we've done. And it felt really, I don't know, it just felt really good when Zack Snyder's Justice League came out. And it wasn't just because it was a movie, but because of everything that the community has stood for and everything that was done. And I think that this is just basically, just another way to sort of bring that back, bring back that spirit of that. Because I think that it's important that we don't lose that we don't lose the sight of why we did this to begin with, whether it's obviously charity work. It's not just raising money, but it's just overall the prevention, the way that, we spread awareness of things. And we did it for a reason. And I don't know, obviously I can't speak for everybody, but I would dare say that most of the people I am surrounded by in this community did it for the same reason as I did. And that was not just because we wanted a movie to come out.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of the work that we've done, it matters in ways that have means so much more than just the movie. And that was a big thing to the Snyders as well. Whenever, like, we come to them with an idea, or we discuss an idea, or we see them discussing an idea with any colleagues or friends, they're always very sure about making sure to remember we have to include AFSP. Even if we move forward and we're promoting his other works with Rebel Moon, with Netflix, with what have you, it's that he's always going to keep the AFSP aspect, because some people forget that he came into this, the movement started not just because his movie was massacred, it was because he had lost a family member. Exactly. And that is the most important thing to remember. And there are a lot of people who forget that part. They're also angry when Zack seems to be happy focusing on his new IPs. And honestly, if you're a fan of anyone, doesn't have to be just Zack, it has to be any creator out there. I feel like you should be happy for them. So long as they are happy doing what they're doing, then there's no reason in the world to be upset about that. Even if it's not exactly what you want. You don't have to like everything that they do. You don't have to be a diehard fan for everything they do. But if they're out there doing what they love and fulfilling their dreams and they're genuinely happy, then you should support them. You should be happy about it. There's nothing keeping them from flying free. And right now, with Rebel Moon and all that, Zach's living his dream.
Yeah. Yeah, that the great things have been happening for Zach. Like you said, Rebel Moon looks fire every time. I mean, look, I just had Dawson here, and Dawson, he got to go, out and meet Zach, and Dawson shows up in all of his Rebel Moon gear and everything. He's got his hat and his shirt and everything. It's like, ooh, you think you're a big shot now because you got all the Rebel Moon stuff because Zack Snyder saw your little pictures. I see. No, just kidding. Dawson's awesome, and I got a couple of videos I got to still post of when Dawson was here this last week, but we never did stream. We honestly didn't. It kind of shows you where everybody's priorities are. Like, we're just like, hey, we got life to do, man. I'd rather hang out and see my buddy than just jump on a stream necessarily. But
don't let that fool you, because they taped a handful of what they did.
We did.
So.
We did. But that's things like, he was talking and he was just telling me, like, how excited he was about Rebel Moon, and it was awesome, he said, to just see Zack that excited about that film and what that was meaning to him, and I think that's something, we got to pay attention to. I mean, as fans, it's not just about the one thing that we want and just being focused on that. And I said it a few months ago, like, I get it that there are some people that were literally introduced to the DC characters through Zack, right? And I can appreciate that, and I respect that, and I think that that's commendable. But in the same token, let the man be free. Let the man do what he wants to do. Don't put words in his mouth. Don't try to speak for somebody that you don't know, or don't know what he wants and what he's doing. And like you said, it was all about one thing and one thing alone. Look, when you watch Zack Snyder's Justice League, what was that movie all about? Who was that movie for? What is that last thing that comes up on the screen that tells you where Zack's mind was? It wasn't about just the movie. It wasn't just about, hey, getting this thing out there. It was much deeper than that. And I know, I mean, as a parent myself, I just I can't imagine. I've known people who've lost children, and I work with a lady who lost a son, and I just can't imagine what that pain would be like, and the hurt, and you're just never going to wake up one day and it's just going to be okay. I think it's just always going to be levels of how much is it affecting you today. How much of it are you able to work through today, because your kids are everything. You're there with them, hopefully from the time that they're born to the time that you pass, and a parent should never have to bury their child.
And that's part of what this event will be about. Will be, once again, kind of getting us back to the AFSP aspect, but also to celebrate everything we've all done together. We did a lot with Zack, all of us as a huge community. And we've done a lot of good stuff, and it'll be a lot of reflection and a lot of celebrating, and just
there's also things that obviously, yes, this is a celebration, and that's sort of the key to it. like the core of it. But also, you know, alongside with the work that we've done as far as suicide prevention goes, at the moment, you know, there's things that are on a rise post pandemic. You know, pandemic had hit a lot of people in very different ways, and this is an issue that's very much on the forefront, and it's not going away. And we do, you know, we want to raise awareness for that. Sort of just basically make people aware that this is still not going away, you know. And obviously, yes, it's great that we are donating, but we're hoping that we can maybe bring in some more of ideas of what people can do aside from just donating. How can they take part in it a bit further? Yes, Mac, for full stack.
Oh,
Hey, there's Meg. What's up,
love
Meg?
you, Maggie.
We love Meg. We saw Meg. Actually, you know what? I don't think that I actually got to say hi to Meg on
I
Sunday.
got to say hi and give her a hug.
How dare
And
No.
also-
Yeah,
and I got
Enosh.
to- and I got
I'm
to see the
disappointed
Colberts.
in you.
Enosh.
No. In my
I got to
defense,
see the Colberts too.
yes, we got to see the Colberts. I did not get to see Meg. I saw Meg because she walked in front of me twice we were sitting in the front row. But you see, I sacrificed on Sunday because you all know what I do, you know, in ministry and stuff like that. And so Sunday morning, you know, I have some place to be, and so our service starts at 11 a.m. and the event was supposed to begin. The movie was supposed to begin at 1, and so it's about a 50 minute drive down to Royal Oak from us. And so I figured, okay, we get out at noon, we jump right in the car. Somebody else can, you know, close all the doors and lock all the doors and stuff like that. And me and the family we're heading out. And then Abdul actually messaged me on Friday and said, hey man, I'm sorry to let you know this, but it got bumped a little bit. And I was thinking, oh, well, maybe, hopefully, it's going to be a little bit later, you know, so it'll give us a little bit more time to go see everybody and everything. And nope, that wasn't the case. It got pushed forward, and so it started. The AFSP presentation was now at 12:15 instead of 12:30, and the movie started at 12:30 instead of 1. And so that put me in a dilemma because I tried for 2 days to find somebody to stand in for me at the church, and I couldn't get anybody. I had a bunch of people like, yeah, let me see. And like, I went through about 3 or 4 people. Nobody could do it on such short notice. And so finally I just looked at everybody and I said, look, I want to be there obviously, but I kind of got a higher calling, and I'm going to have to do the right thing. And I can't just cancel it. My son even said, well, why don't you just change the time of church? I said, I can't change the time of church on Saturday and just try to tell everybody.
Well, now
just
you've got
for
6 weeks
Watchmen.
heads up to find a substitute.
Right. But see, that's what I said. So I was just like, yep. So I was just like, and I told the family, I said, look, you guys go ahead and go. You guys get down there. And I'll get there as soon as possible. And so I got there, you know, the movie was still going on and stuff, but yeah, see, even Meg, you know, was in my defense. She said, you know, sorry, I was not feeling well Sunday at all. Sure, she would have stayed longer. So, you know, that's just what it was. I wasn't being mean to Meg. I would never be mean to Meg, Zaggy. The only time I would ever be mean to Meg is just taunting her with that Lex Luthor action figure. That's the only time that I would ever be mean. And I would maybe even add a little bit to that Tiffany bought me the General Zod action figure that goes along with it. But I would never just be mean to Meg. I
You
would
know,
never
she's
be.
cancelled as a headline post stream. You know, she's cancelled. Didn't say hi to Meg.
Didn't Enosh and Meg are feuding. Enosh did not say hi to Meg at the event. No, but we did.
Are you gonna post a thing from Family Guy where it's got a picture of you where you're like an angry face and it says "Shut up, Meg"?
Shut up, Meg. No,
Poor
no,
Meg.
We
She's
love
like, I
this
didn't
Meg.
sign up for this.
Right? No, we love this Meg. This Meg is awesome, and we stopped several times out in where she works and stuff, and have seen her, and we support her, and we love her, and we're thankful for Meg, Saggy. So don't be starting rumors and crazy stupid stuff. But we had a great time. on Sunday. It's always so good to see people from the fandom,
It is, yeah.
you know, and people
Not that I've
who-
ever been in that position, but it is great to see people.
It is. It's just great to see those people.
No, I was just gonna say it's great to see people seeing people in the fandom.
It is. Well, because
Yeah,
we all get to.
I mean, you know, we've met people from the. I met Landon and Sabrina, so there was that. I don't. Who have you met?
I
We met Ray Porter.
I met Kevin and
Oh, Kelvin and Meme Hatton.
Chris. Yeah. And that we've met them along with Ray Porter at the Wells Comic Con, but that was about it because just
Oh,
I'm
and
just
and
like,
that love and our lovely artist friend.
yes, no, not yeah.
But we've
yeah,
got to
it's-
meet like
it's-
the Colberts, and then we've gotten to meet like from the last event, and
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's
Going-
because you're all in like the Michigan-ish area.
Joey.
It's really
Yeah,
good.
well,
Yeah.
it's really
Fly
cool.
to San Diego. That's all I need. Like fly to San Diego for San Diego Comic Con one year, and it's like we can meet up there.
We need to do that. That's one thing Tiffany and I definitely need to do for sure. But yeah, we've been blessed that we've gotten to meet a lot of people actually who've been a part of the group and stuff. And we've had people come up here. You know, the 4 nerds have come up here and stuff. You know, Saggy, I love you. You know, Saggy's one. We're trying to have a Poindexter Con in October in Las Vegas.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that we're
Fair.
planning on, and we're talking to somebody mentioned Dave was interested in coming up, and we were talking about doing it at Williams, the Sci-Fi Center, his comic book shop out there, and everybody's streaming and stuff. Saggy wants to come, and there's a bunch of others who've been messaging me and saying, "Hey, are you guys going to do it?" and stuff. And
she's throwing hands.
not if she's throwing hands. No, I'm telling you right now, if Saggy's throwing
Security.
hands, just saying. But no, so we've been talking about doing that. So is there any information yet released on, I thought I heard Dave's talking about, you know, like some costs or whatever. Is that set
Anything
yet? Is
that's
that
been
anything
mentioned is not confirmed or set right now because
Okay.
basically we met with everyone. We met with the Snyders and such yesterday, and they have to iron out all these details this week. That's why the stream is until Sunday. Not only because they're busy, but also because they need to iron out the details. They got phone calls to make, you know, deals to make, such and such.
Yeah. And thank you, Erin. Erin's awesome. Erin attends our church services every Sunday. She's in Australia. We always joke that she's the first person to church. She's awesome. And she's constantly sharing links and stuff. So thank you, Erin, for sharing the link to
Thank you.
to AFSP. You're awesome. But yeah, so there you have it, guys. So there's no
For the stream, yeah, for the stream on Sunday, basically the reason it was put that way, we wanted to get the date out, hence the video. We wanted people to know at least, you know, this is the time to book or book time off, or basically like this is happening. So just be ready. But essentially it's about, at the moment, it's about just making sure 100% that the details are set. Once they're set, it's literally going to be coming out as it goes. But it's just basically trying to make sure that basically the details that come out for people are 100% confirmed, because obviously we don't want anybody to then end up confused.
That's a good question. I forget what time we're streaming on Sunday. Honey?
5 p.m. Pacific time.
Whoops.
What
So
time
that
is that?
comes at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Thank you.
And if you are like me in the UK, midnight.
So so I'll create a banner right now. So you said 8 p.m. Eastern
8
time.
p.m. Eastern,
Okay.
5 p.m. Pacific.
Zack Snyder. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that and put that up there. So 8 p.m. Eastern, join the Nerd Queens this Sunday for more information regarding this, and that's going to be awesome. So
Ticket sale date, we're hoping, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're hoping to have all that information by Sunday. That's the idea.
okay.
If not, you'll just have to forgive everyone and just, you know, go with the flow. It's coming.
Yeah, but see, Saggy won't forgive anybody apparently. Yes.
Yeah, basically we just went to the source. You know, who else can tell us a bit more details about the event than somebody who's actually making it happen?
Right, right. Yeah. So to answer integrity, yes, the Nerd Queens and Zack will be on the Nerd Queens YouTube channel this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, and they're going to be talking about. So, do we know what it's called? Is it officially called something yet, or
It was in the past
no?
called an arts meeting, a thing with Arts
It was
Center.
the first event was called like Director's Cut event, something like that. I'm not sure exactly what it
Yeah,
was.
we don't know the name yet, but we told them everyone is going to call it SnyderCon anyway, so we'll see.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a work name, isn't it? But hashtag full circle, that's what you want to use. That's essentially what's with the event. So that's probably the hashtag that we're going to be aiming to use for the next couple of months. So get used to it.
By the way, shout out to Mighty Pegasus Art in the chat. It's always good to see you. Still got your art, man, hanging up in my living room, man. Love your stuff. But yeah, so you guys need to join them with Zack Snyder this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the Nerd Queens YouTube channel, right? And so that and more information hopefully, and getting more.
We should also have for that particular stream. We'll also have guests from AFSP. So it's not going to be just Zack. Again, like I said, this is really important. It's something that we want to focus on, and it's something that we want to highlight. So there's going to be lovely ladies from AFSP as well. So there's going to be a discussion in that sense as well.
Okay.
So that's something that you can look forward to us also.
Gosh, I just love that because it just shows me that it's being done right. It's for the right cause, for the right times, for the right purpose. And we all benefit. Like if you're a fan of Zack's stuff, you're going to benefit from it. But at the same time, it's for a good, it's for a good purpose and for a good cause. I love that. I love that. So other than that, what have you ladies been up to?
Chaos mostly.
What's that?
Chaos in my case.
Chaos.
Now like I said, I did. It's been an interesting year. I think that's about how long we've been offline, pretty much.
Yeah, about a year.
Games, and then I stopped in like spring last year. And then my health went down the drain, so to speak. So 2 emergency surgeries later, we had a bit of a miserable San Diego Comic-Con last year. So that was a bit. We actually came on your stream when we were on that con.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. We were absolutely exhausted, and it just that con didn't go well. Let's just say it this way. So we didn't enjoy it as much.
Yeah.
And then for me personally, it was a lot of mental health journey these past few months. Can't speak for Cole, but for me, I've just had.
I'm always off.
I just had a
Same
lot
girl.
of things to sort of deal with, and overcome. Let's just put it that way, in my personal life. So
Sure.
I just wasn't in the right headspace.
Last time we were here together on the lounge was before you got your church together, and I wanted to say, I'm so freaking proud of you. So, because like last time we really talked about everything going on with your church, what have you. You just had gotten dismissed from your other job, and you were feeling so hopeless. And now look, you've built this church. It's full of love. It's the literally quintessential reason of what the church is supposed to be about. And it's so beautiful, and I'm just so proud of you both. You guys are you've made a huge comeback, and you're doing the thing that you were called to do, and it's beautiful.
It is. I tell you what, there's a lot that could be said for, we go through trials in our lives, and whether it be health issues, whether it be job issues, whether it be whatever. And we go through these things, and at the time, look, it sucks, and you're feeling that pain, and and you're feeling hopeless, and you don't know what your next step is, and especially when you don't know what your next step is, that's the scary part, and it has. I really appreciate that, Cole, because it's been a long year and a half now.
I see you streaming your services every Sunday, and it's like I might not subscribe to the same beliefs, but I can just tell you how proud I am to see you guys make that huge comeback. And you really took the opportunity, grabbed it by the horns, and you made it yours. And to see you go from the depths of despair to this, it's really beautiful, and I'm proud of you. And I wanted to make sure I said that.
I appreciate that. And I, my grandma was a huge inspiration to me in my life, obviously. And we feel her there every Sunday. And, and yeah, we started streaming the services here because people started, because people were asking about it. And that's a testament to like the people who watch the lounge because, there are people who watch a lot. I mean, like even like Integrity just says here, like, yeah, I'm not a religious guy, but every now and then I'll catch a part of the Sunday service stream and think, wow, how is this bad? And a lot of people have just been very, very supportive. Cherie here, thank you so much, Cherie, and even Michelle here says, I couldn't have said that better. I appreciate that, you guys, because. Yeah, it was an uphill battle, but now there's such an excitement, and like my son's involved, all of our boys are involved, and to different degrees and doing things, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun, and there's a lot of excitement, and I see a lot of good times ahead. What do you think, Tiff? You've been along through it all.
Well, one thing that they realized is when I was out of commission from surgery, they realized how much I actually did physically at the church because I had Landon.
Isn't that how it is?
It is because Landon even called me and he was like, "What do I do with the tithe?" And I'm like, "Put it in the bag and bring it home." And he's like, "Well, you always took care of all this stuff." And they're like, "You took care of setting up coffee, making sure this was set, And so I was like, I think we all need to be cross-trained now.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. And then when people, when things fall through and people can't help or just, things get busy, we have to be the ones to pick it up. And so it's a journey. It's definitely an adventure, but it's just sometimes it's cool just kind of, when you make a video of where it was and where it's at now, just like you said, how much has changed in the last year.
Oh yeah, I look back last year. It was like our music was me and Tiff, an acoustic guitar, and Landon was playing a little cajon, and it was very just
AKA the slappy box.
Yes, and it was
That's what I call it.
Watch it, Saggy's here.
That's why I said it.
Yeah. So that's just how we are. That's just who we are. We're not going to change who we are. Hey, just one time for the people in the back. Test. Penis.
What are they gonna do? Fire you?
Nope, they can't. My church literally wants to make a shirt that says they can't fire my pastor. I swear to you, we have the greatest group of people. Yes, and Aaron's the tech, or Isaac's the tech guy. We just have the greatest group of people, man.
If he's during his sermon and he says something that sounds like an innuendo, we have someone that will call him out during the sermon on what he's saying wrong or laugh and giggle until he realizes, yeah, I said it. What? They can't fire me.
Yeah, I was just like, whatever.
Can't
man.
fire me. I built this thing.
Right. What did I say? I said something one day, and I knew exactly. Oh, because I was talking about a story in the Bible where a guy was riding a donkey, and basically the story is the guy falls off his donkey, and so I knew right away because James is just that way. I love James, this guy at our church, and I was this close to saying he fell off his ass. And James just goes, he fell off his ass, and it was like right there on the live. I'm like, yes, he did. Thank you. But yeah, that's just how we're just real, and we're not pretentious, and we're not worried about all that stuff, and we're just trying to do some good. We're in the inner city.
So you're saying that you're non-toxic, nice place where the community can gather and be themselves.
Absolutely, and it's been a really cool
adventure.
Come
as you are. People will come in pajama pants, another person will come dressed up in a full suit, a fedora. I mean, it's whatever you feel your Sunday best is. That's what you need to do.
Yeah. But no, I appreciate that from you guys and your support, and that's why we've always thrown our support to you guys, because I just feel like people should not be judged necessarily on what their religion is, or what the color of their skin is, obviously, or their background, or what they look like, or any of those things. We should judge people on who they are and how they treat us. And I know that you guys have come under a lot of scrutiny over the last few years for different things, and I've always had your back. I've always had you guys' back, and I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah,
If
with
people
these
hate you,
people,
it means you're doing something right.
I mean, yeah, fair. But also, it's like, just today with the video and stuff like that, we're doing cool things, or trying to do cool things anyway. Hopefully people will see it as cool things, but we're trying to do something nice. Just kind of like, it's all of that happened is just, it happened. It's in the past. I mean, it's been years, but there's still people who are hung up on that. And I think that that's just, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's been years. This is pathetic. Like, why are you still hung up on a fight that happened years ago? Just move on. There's just so much that has happened since, and obviously you guys have been here for us when things were tough.
They're just peanut butter and jealous.
I like that. Peanut butter and jealous.
But yeah, it's just. I mean, it's. Basically, I think that, like, there's just a group of people in a fandom that are very bitter about things. I feel sorry for them at this point, because I mean, I'm sorry, but you have to live with it, not me. I'm just,
Yeah. No, I look. I And I know, like we don't like to, I don't like to get into stuff with people when I don't have to, or, and like this, it's not about, like naming names and getting into all that stuff. And look, there's people who want to do that, look, there's people, and we know this, you guys know this. I know this for sure. People who watch the channel, know this. There are people who never want to give up on any of that stuff. They constantly want to just be in a fight and remind the world why they don't like you, how they don't like you, and I think the best thing to do is, in this crazy world of social media and Twitter and everything else, man, mute people if you have to, delete people if you have to, ban them if you have to, whatever gives you peace of mind. It was funny this week. I noticed Saggy was like defending me against somebody, and I didn't even know who it was because I had them muted. And like all of a sudden, I'm like seeing this weird conversation. At first, I thought Saggy was talking to me, and I was like, "Wait, what the heck is this all about?"
You're like, "What did I do?"
Right. It's like but it was like something about like Ezra Miller, because I had posted something about like, because somebody was talking about how much they hated somebody, or how much they hated Ezra and stuff, and so. And I just said, like, I can't imagine just hating somebody that you don't even know, that you weren't even there for the things that happened and stuff, and apparently somebody, came back at me or whatever. And I was like, oh, I don't even know who it is, because I have them muted. And obviously if I have them muted, it's probably for a good reason,
The power of the lock button is strong.
Yeah. And that's like something that I've realized over those months that I've been away. It's only Twitter at the end of the day. Like, I close it and it doesn't affect in any way, shape, or form what I do outside when I close my social media. Mm-hmm. So it's just, I think that it's not something we should get carried away with. Yeah. It's a great tool, but it's just not something we should let get to us. And I think I needed to learn that lesson.
Yeah, it's a great thing. It's a great thing. That's all we got, really. I think unless you guys got something else that you can share with us, is there anything else? Any other little like little morsel of tease or anything that you can give us?
There might be some cool people there. Not talking about us. Normal cool people.
I mean, we don't necessarily have a tease about that event, but maybe we could say that we are working on something a few months down the road, potentially.
We are.
It's that fresh,
I feel
folks.
like I'm having a deja vu because it's like I've done this before myself. It's like we're streaming. We are.
It's that fresh. It's that fresh. Even Cole doesn't know. It's that much of a surprise. Nana is cooking something up.
No, it's to be fair, this is mostly in the thinking stage. But we're thinking about something down the road. This is months away. But you've seen
And
online events before.
We're definitely going to try to get League of Mayhem back on online.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Tiff, we're looking at you.
We're just gonna make that an official Nerd Queens hashtag. I feel like it's happening to us way too much.
Especially to me. I swear.
I think another big thing to take from this though is you guys are you said you're coming back and doing streams again and stuff. I mean we've missed you. Yeah. We've definitely missed you guys.
Yeah, it's not gonna be like that. We're gonna be straight away back to our previous streaming schedule, but the idea is that we do want to come back and maybe figure out some new stuff for you guys as well.
Sounds like
we miss
over
it.
Quantity.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So
thank
we
you,
do
Rhea. Rhea's been linking our channel the entire time we've been on. So thank you, Rhea.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, you guys don't want to miss that stream with Zack because there's going to be some info there that will hopefully clear things up for you. And as for Nerd Queens, we do want to come back. We missed it. We want to sort of, bring League of Mayhem back because we think that was a lot of fun when we used to do it. We hope Tiff is going to come back with us.
She has no choice. I know where she lives.
I always had fun with you guys.
So that's essentially the plan.
All right.
But yeah, we do have some ideas for the future. So.
All right. So again, everybody, join the Nerd Queens this coming Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific, with Zack Snyder on their channel at the Nerd Queens right here on YouTube, and get some more information on, just for lack of a better term, SnyderCon 2. Until they call it something else, and I think it's gonna be awesome. And I'm looking forward to the information too, because then I can figure out if I can make it, because I would love to come. I think that would be like a really exciting thing to be
start looking for your substitute preacher.
Yes.
Yeah, that's your first task, regardless of whether you come or not. You need to have substitute
preacher. For sure. Yeah.
But keep an eye on, I mean, I don't have to tell you this, but keep an eye on Zack's social media. He likes to drop breadcrumbs, so.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure there is going to be something.
Thank you for having us on. It's such a last minute thing.
Always.
You guys, look, there's some
family.
Yeah, look, there are some people that just have a standing, invitation, right? So it doesn't matter when I'm on or what I'm doing. If I'm on and you guys message me and you're like, hey, I want to come on, you're on. Look, you know who does that to me, and I absolutely love it, is Ray Porter. Ray Porter does that to me. He did that to me one night. I think it was like a Friday night, and I was high off my butt on cold medicine. I had taken some cold medicine. I was my face was just it's like one of those colds that your face is just draining, right? And so I had taken some decongestant. I think I took a Benadryl and something else too, because I was thinking, oh man, I'm towards the end of this. I'm just gonna take something and be done, and I'm gonna bring the stream to an end. And all of a sudden, man, here comes Ray, and I love Ray for it. He was awesome. But I don't even remember that stream. I had to rewatch the stream 2 days later, because I'm I hope to God I just did not embarrass myself. I don't even know what I said.
Your streams? Because
no,
I never rewatch our streams. I can't.
I try not to.
Yes, integrity. Sometimes, yes. Enosh hosts high. Yes. Why do you think I'm so entertaining? No, I'm just kidding. But no, it depends. If there's something I want to go back and see specifically, I will. But I don't. If I'm doing a 4-hour stream, I'm not going to watch that back. You know, usually I'll like watch the church service back just because I want to know that the quality of like the sound
that makes
was
sense.
good, you know, and things like that. And I use it as a training tool for the people who are there who do that, you know, because Isaac runs tech and everything, and so I like to do that. But yeah, other than that, I mean, but every once in a while, but that was one I definitely had to like peruse a little bit because I was like, what the heck did I say on that stream? Like, where did I go with that? You know, so. So I don't know. But hey, you know what? Speaking of Ray Porter, you want your big announcement? I'll give you your big announcement right here. Coming up is the Hi Nosh. Nice. What? You said Aaron says she said some wild things on cold meds. Drago says Hi Nosh. Yes.
Man, people are outing themselves in the comments right now.
I know, right? Like, yeah. So I will say this. So last year we started something called the Poindexter Lounge Hall of Fame. And right now we have one person in the Hall of Fame because that person, H. Bartz, was a viewer, still is a viewer, that is a friend of mine. He lives here in Michigan, and I've been to his house. Tiffany and I both went to his house for his 21st birthday and met his family and ate some authentic Mexican food, and it was awesome and had a great day. And he and I were talking, and we were just kind of talking about, like, you know, people who were important to the channel, and I was telling him people who had just been a real inspiration to us over the last few years and stuff, and he came up, we kind of came up with the idea, but he mentioned, he's like, it'd be cool if you had like a Hall of Fame thing, you know, where like, you know, certain people were there, and I was like, you know, that's a great idea, and I told him, I said, you know what, if I do it, you're going to be the first one in because you mentioned it. And so we waited for a few months and nothing came of it. We kept talking about it, and then finally we're like, you know what, we're going to do it. And so then we inducted H. Bartz into the Hall of Fame last March. And so this year we've got a whole slew of people who are going. We got a whole graduating class that's going to go into the Poindexter Lounge Hall of Fame. And we are opening up officially a celebrity wing to the Poindexter Lounge.
That's adorable. I love it.
I love that.
And our first, I will announce it right here and now for all of you. The first official celebrity in the Poindexter Lounge Hall of Fame is Ray Porter.
As it should be.
So there you go. Love that guy. Love him with all my heart. He's
amazing.
When I heard, you know, that was part of hearing, you know, the video today was hearing his voice.
I mean, it was even like when we needed to do the video. I mean, it was such a like short. It was on a short notice to do this, and it was literally like we spoke to Zack. We were like, okay, let's do the save the date video just so people know a date. And you know, it was literally just like we texted Ray, could you do this? And it was done so quickly. He's been amazing, you know, like he's always been there for us, not just for this, but like overall. So he's a great friend, and we adore Ray. We love Ray.
Yeah. So look for more announcements for more people coming up. But ladies, thank you so much for being here. Thank you
so much for having us.
Thank you for reaching out. And like I said, our lounge is your lounge. Whenever you feel like stopping by, and whoever you feel like bringing by is fine too. So there you go. You know, if the old website ever goes down, you lose your password to your channel, you know, we're right here, you know, whatever you need. So
thank you.
All right. Well, hey guys, thank you all. We're gonna say goodbye to the ladies here in a minute. We're gonna go backstage and chat them for a couple of minutes before saying goodnight. Tiffany's got to go to bed. I gotta get up in the morning too.
To get up at the butt crack of dawn.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
But we want to talk to the ladies for a few minutes. So don't forget, again, this Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, go to the Nerd Queens YouTube channel, and they will have Zack Snyder on and be talking about this awesome event where we're going to get all kinds of cool information and fun stuff that Zack will be sharing, and films and all kinds of great things. And I can't wait to see all that you have in store for us. So, all right, guys, like I always say, don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter. Don't tell anybody that their fandom doesn't matter, but seek to have great conversations and, meet some friends along the way. Don't be afraid to meet some friends. It's a great thing to have friends.
Friends are good.
Yes, and if you do that, there'll always be a place for you here in the Poindexter Lounge. Say goodnight, Tiff.
Good night, Tiff.